What up, everybody? How you guys doing? I have a slightly shorter stream than usual tonight. I don't know how much shorter that's gonna be, but basically as soon as I get these basic catalysts, and I'm already partially the way there. So yeah, slightly shorter stream. Just need to catch up on work, really. Haven't been working a whole lot these past 3 days while grinding, so yeah. BG, nice thing, thumbnail. Thanks, man. Let's get that tweet going nice and quick. Just at Marvel Champions. Let's go without the apostrophe. You are lucky I got Nick Fury. Now you don't have to see me untethered. Is that not? I mean, that's basically right. Just on. Okay, whatever. I don't know what typo is there. We're going with it. Yes, I am now. Alright. Or maybe we'll add to this. My rage would have known no bounds. Okay. Tweet. What up, people? Who do we got in here, man? Who do we got in here? First one here was DZ, followed by Enzo. We'll scroll this on down. Gotta start nice and quick here. We got Poos on Poos, Star, Sleepy, a little bit sleepy. Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit sleepy. All my 565 in the random dungeon finder, and I get paired up with a dude who has all 4 stars. Rip Poos on Poos. Sup, Rel, Hector, Hobbit Karam with that camel fart. What the heck? Oh man. Illest Sen05 saying, do you know if Red X is getting docked for cheating against Omni? I have no idea. Don't really have any info on anything like that. Pretty much only Kabam would have that type of info, I would think. But if an alliance was found to be cheating, then I'm sure Kabam will take care of it. Sometimes they're a little bit delayed on dockings, but like right before the season ends or something like that, it's not uncommon for a round of dockings to go out. But Illis, thank you very much for the 5. I appreciate it. And the only way that I can really show my appreciation, it's a little bit unusual compared to the average person maybe, but I do this with love. Slap. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. What's up, Dicer? Alright. You said docking? Wait, what? What's wrong with docking? Or is that just... is it because it's close to another word, perhaps? I don't know. Alright, anyway. What's up? We're gonna get started this quick, like I said. So, I mean, there's no testing to do tonight. We're pretty much just gonna do the basic arena. You know, although I didn't really make, like... oh, it's gross. Can Google it later? Oh, jeez. Okay. I guess I don't know what that is in the Urban Dictionary form of the word or something like that. Anyway, not going to do any testing with Nick Fury tonight. He was part of the content creator program, and although I didn't really make like a standalone video, we did do a testing stream with him before he was taken off of my account the first time. So yeah, if you want to see how Nick Fury was, that's you know, we're not going to do that again. I did get him though. If you didn't see the video that I posted earlier, we'll go check in on that real quick. I did get myself the 5-star Nick Fury. I way overshot, way blew my units on this dude. Kind of sucks a little bit that I used so many units when I could have got them for free. But hey man, that's how it goes sometimes. Zach W sent it over 5 saying congrats on getting Nicky F. Here's for your pain and suffering. Oh dude, thank you very much. I appreciate that. There was a lot of pain and suffering throughout the grind. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Part of me wants to do round 2, but I'm not going to. Next time, yeah, I need to catch up on all the stuff that I've been neglecting for the past few days. But I feel like round 2, his score is not going to change much. And I feel like I would be able to duplicate this guy without spending any units. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to get as many milestones as possible. Back to milestone farming. I will go for the 4-star just because I do like getting all the 4-stars. And 3-star. But that shouldn't be too bad. And then I'll just get as many milestones as I can around that. I don't know how much I actually like this guy myself. I really did just go for the synergies. He looks cool, man. You know, I didn't give enough credit to his looks, but he looks pretty sweet. I've really talked about it in the past, but I do like the visuals of the champ. Anyway, let's go get some tier 4 freaking basics. My favorite of all the catalysts right here, man. Favorite catalyst. Congrats on Fury. Well done. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's like Sam Jackson. Oh, he sure does. You're absolutely right. Gotta use that gem. Well, there's no skill gem. BG, today I learned that the universal classes and categories has class disadvantage to She-Hulk's ability, so their specials will refresh her passive fury. I didn't even know that. So I guess you're saying against like skill champions, her furies can't be refreshed? Oh man, I wasn't even aware of that. Interesting. Need to do dungeons also. I'm skipping this round of dungeons. We're gonna hit the dungeons. I don't know what day Legacy and I are planning on doing a dungeon push, but we're in the talks. We're gonna do another dungeon push coming up somewhat soon. How should we talking, by the way? I don't know. However long it takes to get this tier 4 basic. I'm not gonna be rushing it. I'll take my time a little bit, but it's probably gonna be, oh, I don't know, an hour, maybe a tiny bit over an hour, something like that. Considering I'm like halfway there at the moment. Hi, I'm dying. Thanatos, what's going on? What are you dying of? And word equals Nepenthes. Nepenthes. I think that's something that, if you're not careful, you can get Nepenthes, and when that happens, you got to get your Nepenthes removed. It's an organ inside of your, your body, in the stomachy region type thing. Wow, your website better come out tomorrow if the stream is going to be that short. Really? Oh, man. Dude, one shorter stream than usual. A-Rob, What's up, dude? Congrats on your Fury. Any Fury testing today? No. So we did Fury testing. You know, he was like the last content creator champion that I had before I removed myself from the program. And we did a testing stream. It was like a dual testing stream. I guess it was it last week or was that 2 weeks ago now? I guess it was 2 weeks ago. Where it was a testing with him and Captain Marvel. So the testing stream kind of already happened. I did that when he was all awakened and everything like that too, so it'd only be worse testing today since he's not leveled up, only rank 1, not awakened and all that. I just realized I need to change a setting. Okay, there we go. Did you watch Cian's newest video about Nick Fury? He talks about how Fury Special 3 can do insane damage with a light attack follow-up with a Special 3 immediately. Sounds very familiar. I saw a clip posted on Reddit of that. I didn't realize that was also posted by Seaton. But I did see a clip on Reddit for that. But no, I didn't really get a chance to check out any videos today aside from just doing a quick scan on the Reddits. But Adrian Torres sent over $2 saying this was a free super chat from YouTube Premium. Oh, thank you so much for using your free super chat on me. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Free for you, but still, I get that $2, the full $2. Thank you. And Jay Metz sent over 5 saying, congrats on getting Fury. Saw on your rank up video you have tier 5 basics. Gonna rank him up or someone else in mind, or waiting for 12k offer. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna rank up. Wait, hold on. Don't put on screen to wait, what? I don't think I'm gonna. I'm gonna take Nick Fury to rank 4 just because I have tier 2 alpha in the overflow, and I don't know who else to use it on. And I will be bringing this guy along for synergies from time to time, but that's probably the farthest he's ever gonna go. I don't really see myself taking this guy, you know, taking him to rank 5 ever. He's cool and all, but he's not really my style of champion so much. I really just wanted him for the synergies. And I will use him from time to time if I need a bleed champion, because I don't really have that strong of a, you know, bleed focused champion for the times where I need like the do you bleed node or something like that. But otherwise, yeah, it was really just for the synergies. So he's not going to get ranked up. He's not awakened. He's not going to get awakened anytime soon. So yeah. But Jay Metz, thank you so much for the 5. Appreciate that. I'm definitely aware, you know, Nick Fury can do some crazy damage and stuff like that. Legacy had a great video on taking he did so much damage for a 4-star champion with Nick Fury. Did so much damage to Red Hulk before the enrage timer kicked in. Really impressive stuff. But yeah, I just don't. Not gonna rank him up higher. Alright, Star Nepenthes. Noun, a drug described in Homer's Odyssey as banishing grief or trouble from a person's mind. 2, a plant of a genus that comprises the Old World pitcher plants. Wait, what? Old World pitcher plants? Twitter for image. Okay, that's what you're talking about. Okay. Summertime makes me confused. Is this BG's normal start time or an hour early? No, this is my normal start time. Daylight saving time. Star, I can't put this on screen. What the hell is this? Daylight saving times has kicked in. So until... Oh my god. I'm not putting this on. I don't care if it's a plant. This thing is ridiculous. I'm not doing it. Oh man. Wow. Well, if you guys want to see, go to Star's Twitter. I'm not putting it on screen. That's ridiculous looking. Wow. But yeah, until, you know, whenever daylight savings is over, I guess in, what is it, like September or something like that. Whenever it's over, then it'll go back to normal time. But for me, it is 10:21 p.m. right now. When the poop did you get a Proxima? I got Proxima after variant difficulty. Just found out about a reality TV dating show on YouTube called Naked Attraction. Contestants strip nude and get chosen purely by looks, fully uncensored. We'll just say genitals, which is almost as bad. That's what she said. Despite the heavy nudity, it's so unsexual at the same time. Filled regular-looking people with no shame. It's like a sex ed video? Ugh. Who wants to watch that? It's weird. Surprised they could even put that on YouTube. Interesting. BG, could you get the same synergy with 3-star Fury? Save yourself some time and units. Well, it's for Legends runs, and due to the whole Act 6 lockout, I feel like I needed the 5-star version. Otherwise, yeah, no, the 3-star version will do just fine. So for anybody who needs the synergy to go through, you know, Labyrinth of Legends or something like that, like I think he's got a great synergy for Aegon because it buffs, you know, heroes attack. So it probably has a cool synergy with Aegon. Could use him there. But for Act 5, yeah, I feel like I needed the highest star rated champ that I get my hands on. BG, what's the best strategy for 5.1.6? 5.1.6. That's the node where you have to attack them every few seconds or else you get degen on yourself, right? The best strategy is to just try to bait early and often. This way, if they don't throw the special, you know, you can kind of parry them after a few seconds, after a few attempts at baiting it out, attack them just like one time to reset the timer and then go back to baiting out specials. Or you can use power control. Power control really helps in a situation like that where you don't really need to spend time baiting out specials. You're just always attacking and you can kind of completely ignore that node for the most part. So that works out pretty well. But it's really just getting used to that play style. Anytime there's a node like that asks you to kind of change up your gameplay, the best thing to do is not to get too frustrated if your first go at it doesn't go so well. Don't start using items. You know, just back out of the quest. Try again. You might have to do that a few times until you get used to things. It's going to happen likely when you fight Bane for the first time. Or maybe you've already fought Bane, but up until Bane... Like Act 5 was the first time anyone got to fight Bane. And it was a really tough time for a lot of people, myself included. And Bane's still pretty rough, but, you know, now that we've gotten a chance to see it more frequently in some of the other special quests, a little bit more used to it, you know. But, yeah, it's really just about getting comfortable with those different nodes. Congratulations getting Fury BG. Thank you. Looks like a Pokemon, though. The flower thing on it kind of does look like Pokemon, yeah. My wife's in here. I'm sorry I'm late. I was reading a case study on a pathology I just learned about that I could possibly work on. I think a friend of a friend has it. Cranio effing sacral man. Hands of God. I know I pronounced that wrong. Whoops. But yeah, I ain't showing that flower on screen. I don't care if it's a flower. It looks it looks not like a flower. So my 3-star is gonna go on my team for Blade, then in Lab. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. So some champions that already gain a lot of plus attack don't really need and don't benefit a ton from the plus attack from the synergy. So someone like Blade, anytime he has Danger Sense, he's already gaining a lot of plus attack. And, like, yeah, of course, you could always use more. But you might also need to use that slot for something else, for someone else. It's probably still better to have, like, the Heimdall synergy with a different champion. And if you're having Heimdall plus whoever else to give you the plus attack there, you know, while also bringing in, like, Stark Spidey and a Danger Sense champion, it's kind of hard to fit Nick Fury on the team as well. So yeah, it's gonna depend. It can be hard to fit him on the team for some setups. It's modded the first time, then reposted. Not sure if it got taken out the second time. Oh, is marked mature on Imager? Yeah, I don't doubt it. BG, can you do an update? Infinite Streak for the 5-star featured and Catalyst Arenas. Yes, but it's not going to be anytime soon. Is the short story of it. The nice thing about the arenas though is that once you have the Infinite Streak down for one arena, you can pretty much just adapt that strategy to the others. You just have to slightly change the champions that you're using. I know it'd still be better to have a guide or some type of written reference, which is what's being worked on. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to it really. So for the 4-star featured, 5-star featured, Catalyst Arenas, once you're on the Infinite Streak, it's rank 4 4 stars and higher, or rank 2 5 stars and higher. Or you can mix in some lower level champions with some higher level champions. For example, 1 rank 5 4-star with 2 rank 3 4 stars. And the same thing with the equivalent 5-star. And then you're good to go. Retweeted the flower for those interested. Okay. Congrats, BG. Thanks, Art of Chaos. What else would negate the suicides? Constant poison mainly. Yeah, I don't think you want to have suicides on with Blade and Labyrinth though. You may want to, but probably not. You're gonna be spamming specials, and yeah, you can heal, but I feel like that healing is just gonna slow you down. I could be wrong. Maybe the damage output would be worth it. You could certainly use Blade with suicides for, you know, just kind of experimenting with the first couple of fights. I've done that myself, and it's very powerful. But over the long run, I feel like you probably don't want suicides on. Could be wrong though. Could be wrong. BG, I'm wondering whether I should rank 4 my She-Hulk. Trying to get through Variant Chapter 3, but I'm having some issues. Only good champ I have is my rank 5 Hyperion. Thoughts on She-Hulk? Wait for Void? Question mark. It's very nice they have a rank 5 Hyperion. He will do a lot of the heavy lifting for sure. My rank 4 one was probably the champion I used the most throughout the 3rd chapter. Him and Void. Him and Void, of course. So yeah, not having Void to turn to is going to make things more difficult for you. But should you rank up She-Hulk? Should you take She-Hulk to rank 4? I think she's worth it. I'm just trying to figure out how good she's going to be in Variant, and it's a little bit hard for me to say exactly. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, she's definitely worth rank 4ing. So if you have a bunch of catalysts, I would say, you know, why not? Give it a shot. She could be useful elsewhere in the game too. But I'm just not entirely sure how useful she's going to be in Variant specifically. So if that's your goal, then maybe try her in a few fights at rank 3, see how she is before taking her to rank 4. I don't know how good she's going to be in there. Don't know. Is that supposed to mean I'm Brian's favorite YouTuber? Is someone giving you crap? What is this? How often does Brian talk about me? Wait, what? There's some type of trolling going on. I would never say bad things about you. I get the feeling you didn't watch the vid from Grant Norton. Said you should, by the way, Brian. Ah. I feel disrespected at this moment. You're talking about the video with Wolverine and that bald guy who played Xavier? Huh? That video? Where they were talking about something similar to that flower? I watched the clip. By the way, Graham Norton, that's a totally different guy than I was imagining. I don't know who I was imagining. I don't know if there's a different host that took over that show or something like that, or maybe it was the host before he took over. I don't know which order, but the set looked like pretty familiar, but the host looked completely different than who I was imagining when we were first talking about it. So yeah, that was surprising, but I did watch the clip. You have little faith in my clip watching abilities. They really just need to let us start the infinite streak from fight 1. Don't get what the point is. It'd be lovely if we could start at streak 1. I kind of get why we can't. It is kind of this cool thing that we figure out as the game goes on. Kind of fun when you figure out the trick to it. But then you do it a bunch of times. You do it over and over and over again. You're like, yeah, don't really want to go through the hassle of getting on the infinite streak each time. But yeah. Should be good for the aspect of War Hulk. He's a pain. You have to fight him every single run. That's true. Hyperion at rank 5 could definitely handle that fight too, but that's probably more difficult than taking that She-Hulk in there. That is true. There was somebody that used Spider-Gwen for that fight and said they had a good experience with it. Did you ever waste your time in the cornucopia arena lately? Never gone beyond 2.5 mil back when 4-star shards are more valuable. Not sure what it takes to get higher up in ranked rewards. No, it's been a very long time since I've done anything in that arena. Normally Sundays are like my day off of the arena, unless it's a situation like this where the tier 4 basic is on. Wait, what is it? See what it means? Sweet. Yeah, I think he hasn't eaten enough bananas. What in the world is going on? Of course you don't know what he's talking about. You ignore your wife. Oh no. Sweetie, you're the worst thing that happened to us. Sheesh? What? Well, I'm confused. But anyway. Yeah, Sundays I usually don't play arena. It's part of what kind of averages things out. Because, you know, during the week, it'll be like roughly 3 hours a day in the arena. And then Sundays, no arena. There's other days where I don't play arena too, which is also what balances out some of the craziness of like a featured 5-star grind. Stuffs. Just fix the Thanos and Kang team AI and I'll be happy. Oh, dude, yeah, that's the real dumb AI. Yo, why is this a short stream? Just cause I need to catch up on stuffs, basically. Trying to go to sleep early tonight. Oh, speaking of, let me go to AQ real quick. Trying to go to sleep a little bit earlier tonight. Wake up, get some work done. Back to normal streams tomorrow. It's not going to be that short of a stream. It's just going to be a little bit shorter than usual. Figured I'd put in the title. Oh, he's already down. I figured I'd put it in the title just because, you know, if somebody's watching on the playback or something, it might be like, why wasn't this the usual 2-ish hours or whatever? But yeah, it's going to be, I don't know, a little over an hour of a stream. James Corden, Carpool Karaoke replays Ferguson. No, I know who that guy is. I haven't really watched his stuff, but I'm aware of who he is. No, I was thinking someone else entirely. Like the set of the video that Starlinked, that seemed very familiar. Just which doesn't look like the set of the James Corden guy. I don't think, at least. I don't remember what his set looks like exactly, but it's definitely not who I was imagining. He wasn't. The guy I'm imagining is not quite as round as James Corden. J Metz sending over another 5, saying, in your opinion, for variant, which 2 to 3 champs for each chapter are almost the must-haves to make each chapter did I just say each chapter simpler and less costly overall? J Metz, thank you very much for another 5. Okay, I'm gonna start with chapter 3 actually. Chapter 3, I would say Gulk. Having a Gulk at like 455 equivalent is super helpful. Void is also amazing if you have like a higher level Void. Doesn't need to be 565, but of course it helps if you have a 565. It's quite nice. Wait, what is this? I feel like they might make a wall just because you said short stream. Nah. But okay, anyway. So yeah, Gulk would be one of the kind of relatively must-haves for chapter 3. You can certainly get by without him. Same thing for Void. I found Hyperion to be really useful as well, but I feel like you can also just replace Hyperion with Corvus for the Cosmic Champion and probably do just as fine. So yeah, maybe one or the other there. There's always other options, but those would probably be the best for chapter 3. Chapter 2. I don't know about chapter 2. I mean, I found Stark Spidey to be really useful, but that's pretty much the only champion I was using. I don't know who else. I think a well built up Morningstar could be super nice for chapter 2 possibly. I actually found Voodoo to be pretty good for chapter 2. I don't know if there was any like real must-haves so much for chapter 2. I'm sure Magic would have been amazing to have, but yeah, I only had an unawakened rank 3 Magic, so I didn't really use her like at all. But that probably would have been really good to have. Ghost, I heard was super useful for the people who were using Ghost. So maybe we can count that as like the best champion for chapter 2, perhaps. Chapter 1. Chapter 1 was the easiest of the chapters, and, you know, as things get easier, there's less must-haves type of thing. But I would say it's really nice to have a Gambit, as high rank Gambit as possible. Not that you need to go crazy, but if you're someone that has an abundance of class catalysts and you could take like a 5-star Gambit to rank 3, that'd actually be really nice. So you can stun lock on the paths that he can stun lock. You don't have to deal with like Emma Frost on power reserve being all annoying and stuff. Aside from that, just, you know, higher damaging daily champions, knowing that there are robots there, and certain champions like Omega Red won't be nearly as useful. I really didn't find Omega Red to be all that useful in the first chapter. That was before I took him to rank 5. Maybe it would have been a different story now, but I didn't get to rank 5 until the end when I got a mutant rank up gem for him. But yeah, I would say chapter 1 doesn't really have too big of a champion requirement. You can get through with pretty much anyone. It's chapter 3 that chapter 2 as well, but mostly chapter 3 where the difficulty just kind of takes a big step up. Congrats on Nick Fury. Grind rewarded. Thank you. Appreciate that, Cynical Alex. Congrats on successful grind. Thank you very much, Grind FCOC. Brian, 2 quick questions. 5.3.6 spiked armor champs. Who are the good counters? I have almost all the champs in 4-star class and most in 5-star. 2 is AA worth generic. I think as a 4-star, AA is absolutely worth a generic. As a 5-star, he probably still is, but it becomes a little bit more difficult to give him the generic over other champions. Just because you do run into a lot more, you know, kind of bleed and poison immune as the game goes on. After Act 5, I feel like Kabam really tried to add a ton of bleed immune champions, or champions that can shrug off bleeds or benefited from having a bleed on them, like Omega Red. And I feel like they did that because, you know, Blade pretty much took over the game, and that was their way of, you know, instead of nerfing him, just coming up with other counters. That way people had to use other champions, and that also affected just any champion that applies a bleed, like Archangel. So until you're, you know, like in Act 5, Archangel's amazing. He's still really good in other quests after Act 5, just not all of them. Whereas in Act 5, in most areas, like, Archangel's amazing. He's a great counter to spiked armor, and he has a 4-star, one of the best 4-stars in the game, easily. Who are the other counters, though? Crossbones is a great counter. Blade is a good counter if you have Danger Sense. Any champion that can heal, you can heal up some of that damage back. Or just champions that deal damage over time, where you're not reflecting so much damage back. You're not, like, dealing so many crits to reflect it back. Those types of champions, really. Good luck. Spiked armor's kind of a pain, but it's not too bad. What you could also do is farm up a few potions from Realm of Legends, and then you don't really need so specific of a counter. It's kind of the annoying way to go about it, but, you know, getting a few potions to supplement it may just end up being easier in the long run. Rank 5 Gambit? No. I mean, maybe the 4-star. Brian, is it worth to rank 2 unawakened 6-star Omega Red, or take my 5-star duped Omega to rank 5? Yeah, I would definitely go with the duped Omega. Unawakened Omega Red, you could still use them. Actually, so there is somebody in my alliance that has a 565 unawakened Omega. They took them up to, I think the story goes like this. They took them up to rank 5. They always run suicides, and they had a lot of attempts at the featured crystal where he was in it. And I don't, yeah, clearly he didn't get lucky, otherwise that Omega would be awakened. But he said that Unawakened, because Omega Red is so good against Biohazard, he used Unawakened Omega Red against the Crossbones boss in Act 6 and said did just fine, actually. So he can be useful without the Awaken ability, but only in those ideal situations. If you're not in those ideal situations, then he really does need to be awakened. A lot of his damage comes from the Awaken ability, and you're going to have a much better time going with the 5-star Awakened versus the 6-star Unawakened. I did my Power Reserve fights with a rank 1 Gambit, 400 hits unboosted each time. Yeah, normally that wouldn't even be so bad, but I swear every time I got to a certain number of hits, the AI just ended up blocking my special. Very bizarre. So having a higher rank 1 could prevent that. Could actually save it. Why short stream? Just because I need to catch up on things. There's not a ton to do in the game tonight, so it's just going to be a little bit shorter than usual, and then I can kind of get to sleep a little bit earlier, get back to work tomorrow since I kind of didn't get a whole lot of work done while grinding these past few days. 2 things. Congrats on Fury. Also, I might go for Fury. Pete, you should, dude. You totally should. I don't think his cutoff's gonna go up all that much, to be honest, man. I think he did go for about 42. I think it might go up a little bit, but I don't think that much. It's certainly not gonna be, you know, the 70 plus that I put up. I can't imagine that being the cutoff for round 2. But thank you, dude. Hey BG, I'm stuck in 6.1.5 Crossbones and don't have any recommended champions to pass. No Iceman, Omega, Morningstar, Blade, Archangel, just a Sentinel unduped. Hey, Sentinel unduped is one of the best champions for that fight, I would say. So yeah. I think Sentinel is probably this. I don't know if he's the second best, but he might be the second best champion. You know, like Omega Red is he has to be the best. I can't imagine any other champion being better than Omega Red for that fight. He kind of made it a joke, to be honest. I soloed it every single time except for the one time. Of course, the one time where I didn't bring my the synergy, but I just was having a rough time with Bane that particular attempt. But yeah, Omega, he's a beast for that fight. But Sentinel, also quite nice. I swear, I think he's probably the second best. Does not necessarily need to be awakened. It's just going to be a slightly longer ramp-up time. You're going to have to be a little bit more on top of your Bane transfers. Focus on that. Don't focus on anything else. Focus on getting good Bane transfers. Just spamming that special one for the heal block. And yeah, you'll be able to knock it out. Dubnium sending over 11 of them Canadian bucks. Talking about 5 toonies and a loony. Saying, what champs do you forget are in the game? For me, it's Magneto, Marvel Now, and Psylocke. Dude, thank you so much, first of all. Really appreciate that after being all generous last night and everything, too. For me, the most forgettable champion was She-Hulk. And I still forget about her a little bit now, but of course, after she got buffed, I can't really say that she's like the most forgettable champion anymore. She's quite good now, you know? But it really was She-Hulk. She was the most forgettable. These days, I don't know. Who's the most forgettable? Maybe like, I want to say like War Machine, other than like War Machine, other than when I'm in the dungeons and I don't want to fight a War Machine, and then is freaking pretty much unblockable. Well, not unblockable, but unavoidable chip damage they have to take while blocking that L1 is pretty annoying. You know, the Magneto Marvel now definitely is up there for one of the most forgettable. That might be it. That might actually just be it. Vulture is extremely forgettable. Yeah, I fight him in Alliance Quest every day. Is the only reason he's not forgettable for me. Like, actually, every single day. Like, in at least 2 out of the 3 variations, but possibly all 3. I just can't remember one of them. But I fight a Vulture in Section 2 in this variation. In the last variation we had, I fight him in Section 3. And yeah, I can't remember the 3rd, but I fight him too much for me to forget him. I'm actually learning a bit more about him. I didn't understand at first what made you miss when you like land a parry stun on him. But there's actually a little buff icon that shows up that you can see. Joe fix it up there? Maybe. I have him as a 550, so maybe not so much for me, but I could see it for other people, definitely. Moon Knight is a pretty forgettable champ, yeah. There's a lot. Falcon, yeah, Falcon, definitely. I was looking at Falcon earlier. I was trying to figure out like which champions were heroes, and you know, I'm taking a look around. Just trying to figure out who can possibly benefit from the synergy. And I'm like, oh, Falcon's a hero. And that was pretty much the extent of it. I was like, okay, let me get out of Falcon's profile because he's useless. So, moving on. Yeah, it probably is that Magneto Marvel now, though. If I had to pick, like, one champion, it's gotta be. And Ghost, you're saying for Crossbones. Uber Soul, you're saying Aegon. Okay, so there's definitely other champions, too, but those might be better than Sentinel, I don't know. But, yeah, Sentinel's quite good, nonetheless. Yo, BG, Zisky. Congrats on Fury, thanks, dude. Also, peanut butter toast for breakfast today. Your fave spreadable? Butter, margarine, Nutella, peanut butter, jelly / jam, marmalade. I don't think I've actually had marmalade. Cream cheese, other. So out of those, I've never had Nutella. I've never had marmalade. I don't think, at least. What a sweet name, but I'm not exactly entirely sure what it is. I've heard the name before, of course, but favorite spreadable, I don't know. Probably butter. Probably butter. Just, yeah, I'm telling you, like a lightly toasted bagel with butter. Oh man, what a magnificent piece of food that is. But after that, if I had to pick like a close second. Might be like a nice jelly, a nice jam, a good like strawberry and or grape is pretty nice. Damn it! Now I want to lightly toast a bagel with butter. Is Void still worth ranking up? Yes, absolutely. If Marvel Now, Mags, and Fix It were 5 stars, then I would remember them, but they aren't, so I don't. That's fair. Kabam tried to make everyone forget about Steve, but I never will. Yeah. I know it sounds crazy, but I kind of forget about Voodoo these days. Really, Swaggy Spoadster. Okay. Netflix Daredevil's the most forgettable champ in the game. He's pretty weak, but for some reason, I've never seen him as like a forgettable champion. Don't know why. Maybe because he was there when I first started playing the game, basically. When I first started playing the game, there was an event going on where Kabam was just giving out like 2- and 3-star versions of Daredevil. Netflix Daredevil. And I don't know what was going on. I was too new to understand. But, you know, I joined my friend's alliance and was able to collect a bunch of the milestones. And that's when they kind of set me up, man. They didn't really know. They weren't too familiar with the game at the time either. And I was like, why is Kabam just giving out like multiple versions of these Daredevils? Should I sell them before I collect them again? Am I beating the system by doing this? And they were like, oh yeah, you could definitely do that. You know, sell the champion and then just collect him again. So I did that thinking that I was gonna get to collect him again, and then we didn't hit the milestones for the next ones. And that's the story of how I just abandoned Daredevil basically on day one. Had to buy those what's it called, crystals. Can't remember what the crystal was called, but I spent like 750 units. Was it for like Valentine's Day? It might have been like the romance crystals. Had to buy those to get the 2-star Netflix Daredevil back. G Falcon is as useless in the game as he is in the movies. Is he useless in the movies? I haven't really. I mean, I saw Infinity War, but it's so weird, man. Like, I was saying this just the other night, but the level of care that I have for a character in the movies is directly based off how good they are in game. So because Falcon sucks in game, I just didn't care about him in the movies. He could have. I don't remember what happened to him. He could have gotten destroyed by somebody. Didn't matter. I lost Nick Fury because I have to catch an offer that saved me like $500 in a laptop. Worth it? Definitely. Could play Mortal Kombat 11 at university. Nice, Miguel. Yeah, dude, forget Nick Fury. That sounds like a killer deal, man. Saving $500. Is Magneto Marvel now even useful in any context, any part of the game? He'd be semi-decent. And he has a synergy. He's no longer needed, but before we were able to rank 5 champions, you could take a rank 4 Medusa into Labyrinth of Legends, and there's a synergy. I don't remember if it's with Medusa or if it was with a different champion, Black Bolt or something like that, but anyway, there's like a plus attack synergy that he had, and to get the extended rage timer in Labyrinth, that was like part of the best setup. Aside from that, no, I can't think of a single other situation. And now that, you know, we can take champions to rank 5, and really, if you're doing Labyrinth of Legends, you should be using a rank 5 champion. Totally useless. Peeking very briefly into the short stream and waving. What's up, Dragon? 100k away from finishing the tier 4 myself, so hello, peeps. Alright, I'm a little bit behind in chat, so by the time I'm reading this, you might already be done. Let me scroll this down. Not gonna be trolled, huh? Twitter if you dare. Oh man, if it's that same flower that you're talking about, I'm not showing that on stream. How you doing? Alright, let's check it out. What are we talking about on Twitter? No. We're not bringing this back. No. I'm not showing this. No. No. People are still saying it to this day. I don't need to refresh it. Go ahead and ignore me. It's fine. Done. Yo, BG, have you seen the Dora the Explorer trailer? I actually have. Yes, Orange Juice. These dudes are running out of ideas. Dude, okay, so here's the thing. I was too old for Dora the Explorer. I never watched it because, well, I have no idea what year it came out, but I was definitely, whatever year it was, I was already too old at that point to be watching something like that. And this is coming from somebody who still loves to watch other things that may be more meant for a younger audience, like SpongeBob, because SpongeBob is awesome. But Dora the Explorer is like very clearly a little kid show. But that said, I thought the trailer for the Dora the Explorer movie was actually pretty cool, man. But then I saw other people's comments on it, and people were just bashing it like crazy. I was like, oh man, you gotta be kidding me. Like, if I grew up with Dora the Explorer, dude, I would love to see something like that. I don't know, man. People are just so disgruntled about anything and everything these days. But like, dude, for example, Doug. Doug was the cartoon I grew up on, basically. Doug, was like one of the original Nicktoons or whatever. I could still like hear the theme song in my head. I would try to sing it for you guys or hum it for you or whatever, but it would come out poorly, I'm sure. But I remember on YouTube seeing like, you know, just like fan recreations of like live action type trailers, and you know, nowhere near as professionally done. But just thinking like, damn, I wish that was an actual thing. Like, I wish somebody would make like a full-on movie. Like, I don't know, it'd be cool, man. But it never happened. Not that I'm aware of, at least. Like, I'd be psyched for stuff like that, man. Who cares if it's not gonna be the most insane thing ever? Who cares if it's not gonna have the budget of like the Matrix movies or something like that, man? Whatever. I'm sure it'll be somewhat enjoyable, at least. There was a there was a Legends of the Hidden Temple live action kind of remake thing that that I watched with my brother over the holidays, and it was a total joke. Man, it probably, I didn't watch the trailer when the trailer first came out, because I think it came out in like 2017 or something. And I'm sure people were dumping all over that trailer when that came out. But guess what, man? We watched that movie. We watched the live action Legends of the Hidden Temple movie, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. There was a lot of parts in there that were just like, ah, oh, come on, what is going on? But then, like, I don't know, you just kind of laugh at stuff like that, you know? Meanwhile, I hear people talking crap about the Dora movie, like, oh, the computer generated graphics for this monkey is not perfect. So what? Cutoff for 4-star Emma Frost. Ooh, is she coming up next? Yeah, that's right, because she was after Omega Red. Not super high. Probably a little bit, probably just a tiny bit lower than Omega Red. I don't know what he went for on round 2, but round 1 was like 2.8. I would say probably around 2.5 for Emma, roughly. I watched into Spider-Verse recently. I wish Kabam would buff Spidey Miles Morales, make him similar in the movie, add that invisibility. Ooh, do you have some invisibility? And buff up his electro powers, and he'd probably be a decent champ. I haven't seen that yet, but I heard some really good things about that. BG, you are the best. Thanks, Kanga Janga. Right back at you, man. You and your what's it called? Taskmaster. Alright, this is the last round for this arena. I'm not going to end the stream just yet. we'll maybe do something else. Go auto fight through some low-level quest or something. But probably am going to end the stream in, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I grew up on Doug too, and I'd love to see that. And Hey Arnold and a few others would be awesome. Yes! Totally would be awesome. I watched Dora as a kid. My brother and I would hide behind the TV when the Fox came out, to be honest. We were, well, still are, dorks. Are you going to see the, like you guys should totally see the movie together and everything. I feel like that'd be fun. Wait, I didn't see this comment. Love you. Hope 32 is a better year for you. Happy birthday. Thank you. My loving wife, who definitely knows that today is not my birthday. I mean, the Power Rangers movie last year was another one people didn't love in terms of remakes slash adaptations. I actually saw that movie. It was alright. I'm not even into movies all that much. I thought it was okay. So Brian, I found a weird coin in my till today. A Mercury dime from 1916. Don't eat it, whatever you do, Pete. I hear Mercury is not something you should eat. But that's interesting. APG, who are some good chord counters in the Science/Cosmic class? I use Corvus in 3.2 variant with a single revive, but the Fisticuffs in 3.3 is going to make that a pain. That is a tough fight. That is a doozy of a fight. Quake, Corvus, even in oh no, never mind. Because yeah, that one has buffet and stuff. Yeah, no, scratch that. But Quake. You could use Void because it has buffet. You'd have to be a high level Void though. You can't really take in like a 4-star. Well, you could, but it'd be a tough time. You'd have to play it like perfectly. What you could do for that fight, Hyperion, by the way, you could also use, I think. No, because he gains lots of buffs. Scratch that too. What you could do for that fight, what other people have done, if you don't have like a high level Quake or high level Void, is you could drop the, Dexterity. Just reset your masteries real quick, take out Dexterity, and play him. I guess you don't have to play Stun Immune, because it's not Masochism, it's just Buffet. But basically, don't trigger any buffs. Take a champion that doesn't trigger any buffs. Just a hard-hitting champion, like a Red Hulk would be fine, you know. But any hard-hitting champion, and yeah, it might take a couple of revives to get through, to be totally honest. Because he is still pretty tanky and everything. But at least you wouldn't be triggering Buffet. And you can get through him, and you only got to go through him a single time. So I don't know who the best options are for him outside of Quake and Void. There might be some other ones out there if anyone else has any info, but yeah, those are the only two that I know off the top of my head that could solo that guy without playing it just like a god. Because I mean, if you're a master at fighting Korgs, I'm sure you could do it with other champions, but it wouldn't be easy. Not something I could do, at least. These dimes sell for upwards of a couple thousand if they're from the Denver Mint, but this one isn't. It's worth about $2 though. Dude, sweet come up, man. Trading 10 cents for $2? Sounds like a hell of a deal. Sorry you missed out on the on your mint there though. Could have had a fresh breath along with, sorry, it's a terrible joke. Let me just move on. Really good at spotting silver. That's a very weird thing to be good at, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty good at spotting silver. Don't use the Heimdall synergy either for that 3.3 buffet Korg. Ooh, that's good advice. Yeah, that probably wouldn't be a good idea. Congrats on the 5-star Nick Fury. Thank you very much, Vettel. I'm jealous. You got 26. Impressive grind. Thank you. Appreciate that. You know, I was really, really impressed by Katie Candy's grind, because she actually had a higher streak than my all-time best streak. I didn't break my current PB of a 12:06. I think I ended somewhere around like 11:40 or something. I was close, but I didn't quite get there. Predictions for Nick round 2. Roughly the same as round 1 is my prediction. I think the cutoff was about 42. Maybe it'd go up to like 45. Hard to say though, of course. Always recommend going higher. Brian, should I get Fury? Yeah, Pete. You got 2 days off out of the 3 you were saying? Yeah, totally, man. I don't know if you would use him either. I don't know. I mean, you don't need him for a champion like Ghost. Like, none of his synergies do a damn thing for using Ghost. So I don't know how much you'd make use of him, but he's just one of those unique champions that, you know, if you can get your hands on him without breaking the bank, it's a pretty good idea to do so. Let's auto fight through this normal quest here. Who do I want to bring in? Let's just do this. Vulture, Miles. Good enough. Whatever. It's just normal. He actually hurts Ghost. When you try to phase, she'll end up evading due to Ant-Man synergy. Yeah. PB, really? That's the thing? Is personal best really that difficult to spit out of your mouth hole? I don't know. That's just what people call it. A lot of people say PB in like sports type stuffs. So I'm used to hearing it, even though I'm not into sports all that much. Like people who like run races and stuff like that, they always say PB. They never say the full thing, so I guess it's just what I'm used to hearing. Would you rank 5 Ghost Rider or just wait for a Symbiote Supreme? I probably wouldn't rank 5 Ghost Rider myself, just because I never really use him. He is rank 5 worthy, but I never use him myself, so I don't know if I'm really the best person to ask on this one. If you're actually using him, and you think he's going to save you resources if you rank 5 him, then go for it. But me personally, I would wait for somebody else. Doesn't necessarily have to be Symbiote Supreme. That is a great rank 5 option too, but could be Symbiote Supreme, could be Magic, could be a future Mystic Champion since we're due for more Mystic Champions to be added this year. So we'll see. And now I go to sleep. Night, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Have a good night, Dragon. Bah, PB equals peanut butter to me. I think I'm going to do it. Go for it, man. Well, I've got to go craft making time for me and the kitties. Have a great rest of the stream. Good, sir. Hashtag kindergarten teacher in China. That's awesome. Making crafts. I like making crafts. When is Chapter 4 coming out for what you're doing right now? Wednesday. Gets updated every Wednesday. Just 100% variant. Congrats. Kind of bummed about what Mike said today about Intel. We can't get 6K. Was hoping we could because I could pick up the Tier 2 Alpha for 1K. I was planning on getting the Awakening Gem for 5K. I mean, I didn't even see what was posted, but that makes sense to me. I didn't think we were able to get that much to begin with. I figured 5K was pretty close to the max. Alright, looking forward to Mysterio being added once that Spider-Man Far From Home movie comes out. I don't know anything about Mysterio, so not really. Use 2015 gem on Spider-Gwen, right? Yes, I did. Sorry, lazy things irk me a bit. Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't really a lazy thing. I get it. I get how it irks you. There's things like that that irk me too. But it wasn't out of laziness. It was, that's just what I hear people say, you know? 'Cause you're right, it doesn't take more effort saying personal best over PB. But it's just a term that I've always heard, so. Gotta have good night. Alright, Pete, later, dude. How many points do you need in this arena to get the tier 4 crystal? Wait, the tier 4 crystal, that's not even in this arena. That's in the other Catalyst Clash arena. That's in the Class Catalyst Clash. Right? The top rewards in this one is just another tier 4 basic, I believe. And I don't know how many points would be needed for that. They said at the beginning that can get 5740 intel. Okay. I mean, the way that it's broken up with the tier 2 alpha, you could still get the a good chunk of it at least. You said personal breast. Did I say personal breast? Oh man. Did I actually say personal breast? Wow. Who to rank for Winter Soldier or Elektra for 2015 gem? Just for grind and fun. Yeah, I would go Winter Soldier, totally. Like, it's crazy to say that. The reason why I would go Winter Soldier, though, is because paired up with the Killmonger synergy. Dude, I swear, every time I think about Killmonger, I want to say Massacre, and I don't know why. Like, I always confuse the two. Not their abilities or anything like that, but their names. But anyway, the Killmonger synergy actually makes Winter Soldier a lot of fun. Without it, you know, he's pretty meh, just like Elektra is. But with that synergy, dude, he's actually a beast. Stop talking about my breast. Wow. Got a 4 to 5 tech 4 to 5 gem. Skill 3 to 4 and Mystic 5-star Awakening from Variant 100%. None of these are all that useful to me. They will be at some point. Hold on to them. Sometimes the rewards are like that. No, BG, not you specifically. Just mean the fact that almost everything is abbreviated nowadays. But I guess it, whatevs. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, like I said, I get it, man. I get what you're saying. There's a lot of abbreviations that I don't know what they mean. That people will say. I'm trying to think of a good example off the top of my head, but I guess they come up every once in a while in here. That one, I don't know, it's just always more common to me though. My boss at my last job, his hobby was basically like triathlons and running races. I guess I don't remember which one he did like the most out of running, cycling, and swimming, but eventually he did all three of them, and he would always talk about that stuff. So it was in my head from those conversations, because that was my routine every day going into work. Is like, you know, I'd go in, I'd have like a meeting in his office for, you know, 15-20 minutes, talking mostly about work stuff, but then also a little bit about that stuff, you know. And then Yeah, at one point, I never got into, like, running myself. I hate running, man. But, I don't know, I found some of the stuff to be really interesting. I was, like, reading this guy's, like, blog about it or whatever. I don't know if you could really call it a blog. There was just, like, a few posts or whatever. But anyway. It got in my head. We got the full tier 2 alpha the first week, assuming I wouldn't be short 200 something intel at the end. Oh, Swaggy Spodester. How long have you been playing this game? I hate to say it, man. But you burned yourself on that one, dude. You burned yourself on that one pretty hard, man. You always got to check that stuff out ahead of time. Sup, BG? Nick, what's going on? Have you tested Nick Fury at all yet? I actually tested him a couple weeks ago when I had him in the content creator program. So I didn't do any testing with him tonight. Not on stream, at least. There was like one thing that I tested. You know what I was testing? I did a tiny itsy bitsy bit of testing with him. With what's it called? I did a tiny bit of testing with Night Thrasher. Because I was trying to I'm really just like looking at different champions that are heroes. Let me pop into a quest real quick. I was looking at different champions that are heroes, trying to see like, is there anything that people haven't thought about with like the current set of heroes in the game that would be really useful to have that, like, that extra plus attack synergy. And yeah, I have a little 3-star Night Thrasher here. That's all I have. But this dude is actually a hero. And I overlooked him when I first tested Night Thrasher completely, just because I didn't have the Darkhawk synergy. But if you pair this dude up with the Darkhawk synergy, then the damage output can actually be pretty strong. So I tested that for just like 5 minutes off stream. There's nothing impressive. Nothing that we need to test right now. I'm not going to show it, but that's all I actually did. But the testing that I did on stream for Nick Fury, that all happened like 2 weeks ago. It was in the same live stream as the Captain Marvel testing. So I wasn't going to do another stream testing him again. I'll continue to try to look at different possible options that could be good for the Nick Fury synergies, but right now I don't have anything that's super strong with him. I mean, probably Stark Spidey is the strongest I could think of if you're doing a Legends run. Let me get out of the 3 stars. If you're doing a Legends run, I like not necessarily an Act 6, but maybe just a Legends run for the monthly event quest. I do think it brings Stark Spidey a little bit in line with Corvus. Corvus is still going to be the best. But if you use something like this setup, where you have you're running Suicides, you have Blade for the 3 poise charge, of course. Then you bring in Goldpool or X-Pool Dead Force or whoever to get this energy to shrug off Suicides. And then you also bring in one of the Black Panthers. Yeah, it doesn't look like either one matters. You bring in the Black Panthers to give yourself double the crit at the start of the fight. So you have a little bit higher crit rate. You shrug off the Suicides. This way you're not having to use potions over the course of the run. And you get a little bit of bonus attack as well. That's pretty much the best thing I found so far. It kind of sucks that you can't fit all of this in with Miles Morales to give the bonus stun duration. So for something like an Act 6 Legends run, Stark Spidey, I really don't think he is as good as like Corvus and stuff, but he could still probably make a top 100 time. Does the 5-star have any synergies the 4-star doesn't? Actually, yes, I believe so. Originally, I didn't think so. But this synergy right here, I think this synergy right here, the 4-star doesn't, if I'm not mistaken. This power kit one. I don't know how useful this one is, though. Basically, I'll just read it out. If Nick is alive, once per fight, when a teammate is affected by a power steal, power lock, or power drain effect, he will drop a power kit, removing the effect and granting 1 bar of power over 10 seconds. I wonder if this works against, like, There's no actual debuff on yourself for something like the, what is it, like villainy, I think is what it's called, where only villains gain power or something like that. There's no actual debuff that you can shrug off, right? You just literally don't gain any power. That'd be so annoying on Alliance War defense if they did synergies. Yeah, this would be super annoying Alliance War defense wise. Works on Plagued Mind. Yeah, probably works on Plagued Mind. Probably also works on like Power Lock 1. If I had to think. Honestly, the 3-star Nick Fury, like everybody should pick up 3-star Nick Fury. You get the best of his synergies as a 3-star. You don't gotta go crazy getting anything higher. You have the hero synergy. You have the restoration kit, which these two, in my opinion, are the best two. Then I think you also get this one. I think you get, I can't remember if you get this one with the increased crit rate. You don't have the, I know the 3-star doesn't come with this one, this extreme conditions kit, where you basically shrug off Cold Snap, Frostbite, or Incinerate, which could be useful as well in certain quests. But, you know, like, clearly, just because Suicide Masteries exist, in my opinion, this one is going to be a more commonly used synergy versus this Extreme Conditions kit. BG, can't wait for the busiest time of the month, Rewards Day, because I'm looking for a new alliance. Ooh, yeah, that's right, Alliance War season's coming to an end, huh? Man, this season, it felt like it wasn't even a season. I'm 5'10", I like red wine and walks on the beach, and I fight boss battles with my toenails. Recruit me. Wow. Ooh, you got him, Dysentery Joe. I did get him. Yup. ABG, is Proxima Midnight good unawakened, or she needs that awakened ability real badly? Like, I don't know what the hell I should do with it. She can be fine unawakened. She doesn't totally need the awakened ability. In certain situations, she does need it, though. Oh, but I don't want to grind. Yeah. There's also a, I think it's a 2-star from Marvel Insider. I don't know. I don't know what synergies the 2-star has. Season ends, rip 4 wife. You're not talking about completely, right? You're just talking about people leave after the season? Is that what you're talking about? Alright though, guys. I did say it was going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. Yeah, I think it's a 2-star for like 30k points. Yeah. He said yes. Okay. I'm gonna spin out a few of these uncollected crystals. Just gonna spin out 5 of these guys, and then I'll call it. Anyone know what the cutoff for the 3-star was? I heard 1.3 got the 3-star. I don't know if anything higher, or I'm sorry, anything lower than that got them. Have you heard any legend runtime for the monthly event quest? I have not. People don't usually tell me their times anymore for the monthly event quests. I used to hear a lot of times. But nobody really talks about those anymore. Way too many tacos for that size elevator. My best champs are 3 stars, and they're Ghost, Corvus, Aegon, and Hyperion. Nice. Ooh, units. 75. I'll take it. I was hoping for that 225, but hey. I'll take what I can get, man. Take what I can get. Best not dice right, hunt you down. Wow. Just pulled 6-star Venom the Duck. Don't know how to feel about that. I'll tell you how you should feel about that. You should feel psyched. Dude, 6-star Venom the Duck. I'd love to pull a 6-star Venom the Duck. You're too popular, BG, for legend runs? I don't know what that means. People used to tell me all the time. I still had a bunch of subscribers back then, too. Like 50K plus. I just don't think they're as popular anymore because a lot of people already have their Legends title. I know people are still going for it and all that, but I feel like that's one of the reasons. And the other reason is I feel like the times have become more consistent. Where in the past people used different champions, but now for the most part everyone just uses Corvus. You beat me by 1 place for Nick Fury, BG. Well, Shane, congrats to you for also getting Nick Fury. Hey, BG, you got a 4-star Fury and have an Awakening Gem. Should I spend it on him? I don't know. He's certainly powerful. He has a pretty unique playstyle, though. It depends on what your other champions are. Like, in my opinion, you're gonna want more sustainable champions first before awakening someone like Nick Fury. So if you don't already have, like if you already have Blade awakened, then yeah, you could use that awakening gem on whoever. But if you don't have a 4-star Blade awakened yet, or don't have 4-star Blade period, then save that gem for the day that you do get a 4-star Blade. Unless you have a bunch of other sustainable champions from other class types. If you already have like Wolverine or X-23 or Ghost Rider or whoever, you know, you could just use those champions too. But yeah, I feel like Nick Fury is one of those champions that a little bit more of a special use case versus someone that's gonna allow you to clear content and save units doing it. Attempted a Legends run with a 565 Stark and 565 Domino. Got 333 time. Okay. That's a possible Legends run right there. I think the cutoff is usually around that, possibly a little bit lower than that. But it does fluctuate from month to month a little bit. Only half an hour shorter, but or wait. Only half an hour shorter, that ain't too bad. Get your sleep, man. Cough. I'll say weenie instead. That's my way of censoring it. Sorry, I've been coughing all day. I'm sure, B. Daniels. I'm sure. Should I awaken Blade or Aegon? In my opinion, well, if it's a 4-star, then I would go with Blade, 100%. If it's the 5-star, then it depends, you know. Depends on what you're looking for. 5-star is a little bit harder to say, but talking 4-star awakening gems, you want those sustainable options. You don't really want these special types of champions that are only good in certain situations. Hey man, from Ukraine, couldn't understand how to evade effing Magneto Special 2. Any magic advice, please? Magneto Special 2 is kind of tough to evade. I get clipped by it all the time. The best advice I can give you, though, is to not look at Magneto. Don't look at Magneto. Look at the ground that he's raising up. If you look at Magneto, you're going to evade a little, like just a hair too early, and then you're going to get hit by it. If you're kind of keeping an eye on the ground that he's like bringing up, you'll have a better shot at evading it. You could also just block it, you know. It does a lot of damage through block, but hey, if you have some health to play with, you know, if you're not at a low health pool already, then you could probably just block it and be fine. That's my best advice for it. It's one of those slightly tougher to evade types of specials. Was that thing to do a half attempt at a legend run? Should do a full one. Half since on an old phone. Just get the event quest out of the way, but didn't have time to do it, and had refills expire. Oh, Star, the refills expire. That's painful to hear. It's kind of how my stash is with expiring potions and revives, though. I feel the pain. Is Nick Fury rank 5 worthy? I don't know. I don't know. He certainly has some crazy damage, but his playstyle is questionable. Like, the playstyle to get that crazy damage, it's very questionable in my opinion. So I can't really tell you if he's rank 5 worthy or not. If he is rank 5 worthy, he's not the type of champion that would be like one of my first rank 5s. I'd have to have a bunch of rank 5s already before I would consider rank 5ing him. New Black Widow and Hawkeye for Avengers Endgame I predict coming to the game. That's possible. A lot of people are predicting a new Hawkeye. The other champion that's coming with, who knows? Or champions, because we might get like 2 months worth. Okay, anyway though guys, it's gonna be a little bit late here. Can you show it's the easiest way in Act 5.1.6? I'm sorry, not tonight, I can't. I'm heading out. There are video guides on stuff like that may help you out. If you wanna take a look, you know, just do a quick search on YouTube. You think 45 Corvus could do a Legends run since most people with 565 don't go for it as much anymore? Possibly. It does make it more difficult, of course. You're putting yourself at a little bit of a handicap there, so it's possible. The thing about 455 versus 565 is you're pretty much still steamrolling the content in like 2 hits anyway. So a lot of the fights, they would die in the same number of hits. But you're certainly going to be a little bit slower in some situations. Why do you always end on the egg, or can someone explain to me? I always try to open up the egg every night. Like, here, I'm going to try hitting the open egg button. No, it's not doing anything. I try to open this egg every night, but this egg actually contains the entire universe within it, and the day that this egg cracks open, we're probably all done for. So really don't want the egg to open up, but I do try every single night. But the game won't let me pop it open. The game knows that the entire universe will come crashing down. I don't know what that would look like. Would things just start disappearing? Would things start folding in? Would there be explosions? Probably not. There would be blood though. Try to open so you can control the world? Yes, exactly. Of reaction when you accidentally awaken Wolvie. You just can't wait until you accidentally open the egg. It's never gonna happen. I'm telling you, this egg doesn't let me. PG used to have 2 eggs, but for $212 he cracked one of them. That may or may not be true. That was a long time ago. Alright, anyway though, Dubnium, thank you so much. Once again, dude, you are the big D again. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone else that sent over a little something to keep me and the channel running here. As always appreciated, guys. And I'll be back tomorrow, normal time. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. I was going to start promising all types of content that's going to be uploaded and stuff. But no, let's just leave it at that. I'll be back tomorrow, normal time. There may or may not be some content coming too. So yeah. See you all then. Good night, everybody.